one. Let's go.
Good morning, Biseli, and good morning to our assistant docent, assistant lecturer. Now we're gonna talk about our project that we made. It's about traveling budget tracker. This project it is made by us two people, Muhammad Hadyan Ghossan and me, Farrell Jeremiah. Okay, next. This is the video YouTube explaining like this recording will be put in the YouTube. Okay. Terus,
All right. Now that introductions are out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what is our little project here. What is actually traveling budget tracker? Now you see, this project was made with the intention of implementing sorting and searching algorithms into a real life scenario. Say, and in this case, it's a traveling budget app. The sorting algorithm used in this project are selection sort and insertion sort. Insertion sort. Sort, okay. Well, the search algorithm that will be used in this project is binary search and sequential search. All the algorithms have been taught to us this semester and will be used fully in this project to show us how each algorithm works in an app and how we can combine both sorts and searches together in this project, making a fully working program. In our case, a little small simple app. Now, now we need to talk about the whys. Now we talked about the what. Let's talk about the whys. So why a traveling budget tracker? You see, in traveling, people often have these mistakes. People often over budget. They use too much money. Why is that? They don't notice these things. That's why we use this. Okay, so why not just use notes? Why not just a regular memo to keep things tracked out? But you see, the things about notes and memos is that they don't have things such as selection sorts. These algorithms that help you sort by descending or ascending to see what is the biggest spender or what is the smallest spender. But then you might ask, why? Why do I need to see which one is the biggest or which one is the smallest? See, the biggest problems are usually either the one that are just ridiculously huge or the ones that they're small, you don't notice it. So to the point that it adds up, it adds up, it adds up again, it adds up again and again to the point where, oh, okay, it's just small little expenses. It doesn't really matter, but the more they add up, the more in trouble you are, and that's what these things are for. In specific case, something like sorting by ascending order. Right, move on. Now here are the key features in our little project. Calculate total expenses. Now this is nothing special, but it is important to have, and it is a simple quality of life thing that every app that works similar to us must have. And yes, you can use a calculator for this, but the thing about our app is that, and other apps that work similar to us is that it only helps you if you're keeping in track of a lot of things and you're having trouble keeping up with it. Like if you're just going to like I don't know Jogja to stay the 1 night or 2 nights, you don't need some dumb travel app. You don't need that. We're talking about things like going to another country for a few months or going to a whole another island or something like that. That's why something like calculator expenses matter, because if you're using a calculator, uh, too much time, you don't. I don't think you have that much time on your hands to calculate all of those things. Like you can use a simple button, just one single button instead of just counting each one, each number. That's annoying. You don't want to do that. And then we have removing and adding new categories. Now this is something those damn notes and memo apps can't do. Removing and adding new categories. You see, we in our apps we divide these things into categories, and maybe you have category for food, transport, lodging, sightseeing, those things. You can remove or add new categories based on that. And then we have the important part of our project, the sorting and searching mechanism. This is the butter. This is the bread and butter. This is the golden opus. This is all. is the gold right here. Sorting and searching mechanism. Right. So with this thing, you can see which specific this thing that you've spent your most money on, or the thing that you spent the least amount of money on. Which I said before, like a few minutes ago, that those two are usually two biggest suspects on how and why you over budget on these things. So it's important that to have these sorting and searching mechanisms. And these sorting and searching mechanisms, it doesn't just do that. It doesn't just sort. It has a search. You can search for, maybe like I said, you have lots of categories. If you just search for it one by one, you probably just ends up getting past it, or you just you don't have the time for it. So that's why these searching mechanisms exist. Let's let's talk a little bit deeper about these sorting and searching mechanisms. Right. The first one, we have binary search. Now, what is binary search? I'm not going to go into detail because, well, every single one people in our class have done binary research. So I'm just going to do a quick little explanation with examples. Now, what a binary search is basically a repeatedly divide a sorted list in half to find the targets faster. What does that mean? Look at this. This is a book. It has probably 20 pages. I want to look for the 16th page in sort book index. So I open up the middle. Okay, this is 20 pages. So I go to page 10. So what do I do now? I didn't find my desired page. Okay. You go divide it by 2 again. But this way, but which way? Do I go to 15 or do I go to 5? Well, that's the thing. That's why you have these things. So if the target is smaller than the total sum, or like that, there's these mechanisms that makes it so that it decides whether to go to uh, lower or high, those sort of things, until you find the desired thing. Next. And then we have sequential search. What is sequential search? It's basically a loop through each item one by one until you find a target. Just like the name, you search for it sequentially. What does that mean? So think of it as like ascending or descending order. Think of the number 1 to 10. If the one from before, binary search, is that you go, okay, you have 11 things. Okay, you go to 6. You go to 6, and then to find the desired item, if it's less than your current number, then go lower by half. So you go to 3. But if it's higher, you go to like 8 or 9. But with sequential search, you always start from either the top or the bottom. You go sequentially, sequentially, whatever. You go, you get what I mean. You check it one by one, one by one by one by one, in either ascending or descending order. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you check one by one. Next. And we have selection sort. Now, selection sort is basically a thing that makes it so that you can find the smallest item and place it at the beginning, repeating until it's sorted. What is an example of this? Now, look, imagine these are cards. To organize these cards by numbers, I kept picking the smallest card and placing it at the front. Okay, so I have these multiple cards. Okay, you keep picking. Okay, this is smallest. This is smaller than that one. So okay, so this one will be put in front of that instead of the last one, and from the last one we'll put on second. This one, oh, it's the largest. Okay, and so on and so forth, something like that. Next, we have insertion sort. Short explanation for insertion sort is that it inserts each new item into its correct place in the already sorted parts. An example of this, when sorting test papers, I took one at a time and placed it where it belonged in the growing sorted pile. It's self-explanatory. Okay, so like this paper right here, okay, I examined them one by one. This one goes here, this one goes there, this one goes here, and this one goes there, each belonging to their own predetermined pile. Next. All right.
Okay.
Oh, your turn.
So,
Okay.
oh, all right, all right. Okay, so what is Fine? Fine is in this project is the GUI framework that is Golang specific that helps us to make the GUI of the app. So, what is it? It's again, like I said, Golang specific framework that helps people build native apps that work everywhere, or at least that's what they say on the website. So, how it works is by firstly installing Find into our system via console command. Then, after that, a dot mod, and a dot sum file is created when a developer, in this case us, creates a Find project. After that, the main program starts and operates like usual Go program. But difference is that in the imports, there is some additional file library that needs to be imported, and it is always starting with the format of find.io/find/ dot whatever it is. It can be widget, it can be box, it can be container, and yeah. All right. So before I continue on, uh, there is if we see from our terminal and also from the app source code, why is there a manual string to int conversion inside the one with find on it? It's because find, the text box, the one we uses to input, is set to string only. Hence, it is needed to convert from string into int or integer. Different from the terminal in which fmt.scan is automatically turns a number into an integer. That's the reason why on the application code we need to manually convert it. Right, so this is find libraries. This is all the find libraries used on the main program itself. We got find v2 is find.io/vine/v2 is for the main program to run Vine. And next up, Vine v2 slash app is the main program to display the app. We got v2 slash container. Oh, by the way, v2 stands for the version 2 or the newest version. uh, is for placing buttons and bugs in positions, and v2 slash dialog for alerts or confirmations, v2 slash widget for buttons, inputs, text, and etc. All right, next, close.
All right. Let's shortly talk about the challenges and situations, solutions. Now, in the progress of making this project, we did encounter some challenges along the way. Well, there are a lot of challenges, and some challenges pose a bigger trouble for us than others. Some of our major challenges and solutions are as follows. I color coded it so that you can see clearly which ones are the challenges and which one are the solutions. So, the first challenge we have avoiding the usage of other library imports from the Golang language, IG, sort, string, or string comb. Now, the solution for this is only using FMT. This makes us do some stuff manually, such as turning into a manual string convert to integer. And then we have another challenge, which was deleting an array without a pen. Now, the solution to this was that we use a shifting method, and where when we delete it, it shifts to the left. There's another challenge to this, and that was that fine posed a quite uh fine proved itself to be a little difficult to learn. So, and one of the reasons for that is that there's limited video tutorials. Now, the solution to this is to build the urge to read their website text. There are website texts out there.
Okay, back again to me. I will explain manual string to integer convert. Since we are not allowed to use strconf in the import, I need to manually convert it. It's a pain, but it happens. So first of all, it returns zero if the my cursor is gone. Anyways, it returns zero if the input is invalid or empty, and then it checks if the first character is a slash to detect negative numbers. That's why we have neg equals true and start equals one, and then it's loop through each character. If you can see there, we got looping or for loop from I equals I equal start, I smaller than len s and I plus plus. And after that, if it's not rigid, if it's not rigid, it returns a zero. We can see here that we used ASCII for this, and it converts digit character to a number and builds the result. We can see that n equals n times n plus integer ch minus zero, and that applies negative sign if needed, but you don't need it because we give positive values and returns the final integer value. That is our way of manually converting string to integer without using strconf at all. Next one is shifting delete. So since we cannot use append because we use a fixed value of array, we decided to change the array to a fixed value, which is fixed value 999999. It's a lot, but it does the job. So in this function, this error, it is a button, but it calls on the function to delete. Oh, not it calls on. It has the function to delete array a value of an array. So it is called shifting delete. So it first of all gets the index to remove from index entry.text, and then checks if the index is invalid. It's less than 0 or equal to, or greater or equal to count. You can see that, and then if invalid, it shows an error and exits. After that, if it's not an error, it shifts all the elements in the data slice one position to the left, starting from the index. This effectively removes the element at IDX and decreases count. You can see there where it says count minus minus, it decreases the count to reflect one fewer item and clears the input field index. You can see there index entry.setText. It clears it and then it updates the display by calling show data display. All right, next, goes back to
Right.
you again.
Right. For the final part of challenges and solution, we have another challenge here. Avoiding the use of a pen function of Golang. The solution to this was actually to manually appending them by using a fixed array size, which is, but whatever. We move on. There's another challenge to this, which was implementing two sorts. The solution to this was that we found a solution where the first sort is ascending while the other sort is descending. So, it makes managing it a little bit more easier. All right. In conclusion, as of right now, the program is at its bare bones, meaning that the basics are there, but the final form isn't fully completed. Because okay, uh, bec-
Yeah,
uh,
goes.
because the
Finish.
program because the program has not implemented any GUI, the GUI itself, as of right now, is simply testing again and again on how to make a good app. The program itself, even running only on the terminal of a VS Code, still has the sequential and binary search needed for the project. It also has the selection sort and insertion sort needed for the project too. Right. That's it from the
All right.
presentation. But we do have a little demo, I think. We do, Farrell?
Yeah, we do. Okay. Since there is the presentation, that I will share screen the whole code, and I will explain what each code does, and eventually at the final we'll run the demo. Let me stop my share screen for a bit, and let me share screen the code. All right. Go. Can you see it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's
Yes.
gone again. My bad. God damn it. All right. I'll just share my entire screen.
All right.
All right. There you go. This is our full code. The GUI is complete with everything, and we will run it later. So I will explain parts of our code. So buckle up, please. Okay. First of all, we got the, like I said, the imports. This is all the imports that have been explained on the slides. We decided to create a type struct. So it doesn't, because we have category, which is a string, and then money, which is an integer. Okay, because we cannot use append, we decided to implement 9999 data array value, array size, sorry. Then we get count and initial budget. So, right, this is here a dot window, new window, is a find.io function. It's for the title of the app. And this one here, w.resize, here we can see find, which means that it is a find find function or find library, which is fairly simple. It fixes the size of the window app. Now, this part here from line 28 until line 44 is the part of the code that creates a text input field, which we will show later on. And see, here is budget entry, category entry, amount entry, index entry, search category entry, and search amount entry. Right. Now, this part here of the code creates a multi-line text box so that we can type on it, and also displays our report, etc. Right. Next up, this part of the code creates and add functions to the buttons of the on the apps. They also display it at the same time. So we have from line 53 until line line 150, it is all buttons and also their functions. All right, now this is set budget button. This is like uh, what do you call it, set budget. So you put in the array there, and then we have add expense button. So I will explain a bit about add expense button here. So it gets the category. As you can see, oh sorry, it gets the category. As you can see here, and then we get to int. Well, obviously, uh, using, oh yeah, this to int here is the, it's not, oh yeah, here it is. It's not a Golang function. It is our manual string conf. This I already explained slides. Back again. Right, next at experiment. So first of all, it gets the category and then it checks for valid input. Here you can see amount and then with the text. If the category is empty or amount can be converted to a number, and then if it cannot, it will show an error and exit return. Next one, it checks the array is full or not. If it's exceeded 9999, then it data limit reached and return. Then this is the main part here, where if valid stores the new entry. Here it stores it, and then there's new value, and then increments count to move to the next empty slot. It is the increment, and then finally clears the text field for a clean UI. It clears it. We obviously don't want a dirty UI. I've tried this without this. It's actually very how do you say berantakan? Yeah, it's that.
Messy.
And then it displays the, oh yeah, it's messy. Thank you, guys. And then it displays the data. Right, remove expense button. Here we use the shift delete on the already explained on the slides. And then here it is, search category. For the search category, we use sequential search, and we will show the demo later. For the search amount button, we use search and sort. Or the selection sort button, yeah, it's pretty selection sort. We use selection sort, insertion sort. We use insertion sort. But so report button. Now this button specifically displays the remaining money that the users have after all the data has been counted. So it will tell you the remaining of all the budget from your initial budget. All right, next one. This part of the code here controls where all the compiled code up before. So all of this from this line to up, it compile them and then show and display. That's why it's set content. And this is very simple. It just runs it. Show and run means run the whole app. Okay, so here is our manual manual. We have our show data here. Nothing much. And then sequential search here. We already explained binary search, selection sort, and selection sort. All right. Now we are going to run the demo. Oh, too far. I will open up a terminal first and run it. Or, oh, my bad. Okay, wait for a bit. This is a C compiler, which means it's gonna be very, very long. I don't like it one bit. There it is. All right, so we
Hey,
can set our initial budget. Let's hell yeah. Let's just put 99999 because we're rich as hell, and then we're gonna put in food. Put in 45, I guess. We spent. Oh wait, we need to press set budget first, or not. It's not gonna count. Right there you go, and then at expense, we can see here it updates on the display or text box. Then let's just say transport. How much goes? How much? This is
man.
one. There you go.
Oh dear God, we're walking to that.
Alright. Yeah, hell yeah. And then we have, let's just say, what else goes? What else?
uh,
Entertainment.
entertainment, yeah, that works.
And
One
what's the
thousand.
amount? 21,000? Sure, all right. At expense.
That's
Hell
really
yeah, we are gambling. Speaking
lodging.
of gambling,
Hell yes,
let's just put gambling.
gambling.
Hell yeah, and then 3,000. There you go. Okay. Now we can see here all the entries of our data. We can see that it is not sorted. We can use selection sort, which is descending. So we can see it slowly descends from 3,000 to 1,045 and what, and we can obviously change it again, insertion. And it is ascending. We can see that it is ascending 145, 1,000, 3,000. All right. So index removal, we can actually remove um, category. Let's just remove food. I'm just gonna press one index and remove expense, and boom, it's gone. We only have transport, entertainment, and gambling. Okay, how about search? Let's use category to search. Uh, let's put on gambling here. Then search, we it is said that we found gambling and the amount is 3,000. Okay, how about a month? We're gonna search with a month. Let's put 1,000 month. Hey, we found it at index one. All right, so we can add again. Let's just um shopping, I guess. I don't know.
Mm.
And then this is gonna amount to 7,000 because yeah, why not? We have 9,999 budget, right? And then let's just sort it one more time with with what do you call it, ascending, and then we show report. And here it is. It tells us our budget left. See that uh, all of this here. Oh, surprise, surprise! We actually went over budget, and he will tell us over budget of 1,002. All right. How about we delete shopping so that our budget can be like be in budget, not over budget. Let's just delete. Wait. Oh yeah, we're gonna sort it up real quick for a bit. Just delete shopping. It is, and
Yeah.
then we show report. Guys, we have the remaining 5,990, and that is our simple budget manager app. It's not that like fancy like websites or something, but it does work. Okay, that is all from us. Gus, close it up.
All right. Okay, you want me to close it up? All right. Uh,
Sure.
thank you. Thank you so much for watching our little humble presentation. We are sure we have made a lot of mistakes. We're sure that there are a lot of improvements to be made, but I think we did all right so far, and I hope that future criticisms that are pointed to us will make our products better. Uh, and I think that's pretty much it for us. I apologize for any inconveniences and mistakes that we made. And I'm Ghossan, and that's Farrell. We're signing out. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.